Hi and welcome to Strength and Conditioning Bench Press Group Work. Today we'll be looking at the bench press and assisted exercises where we're looking at chain bench press. We've got Michael Thorpe with me as my subject and group partner. We'll be working this bench press and we'll first go through the safety tips of how to do a bench press. Okay, so we've got Michael here and we're just going to go through the safety. Right, first of all, you always need a spotter. It's very important there's a spotter stood behind the bench press performer to guide the bar off, like I'm going to show you now. Just want to step back. We're going to perform bench press, always help him up, guide him off the bar. Call my bar, let go, performs the bench press, down to the chest, not on the chest, because if you do heavy weights you can crack your ribs, not ideal. Come back up. If you're struggling, guide him back onto the bar gently. It's very important the bar always stays parallel to your eyes and pull it forward by yourself. Also, we need to make sure our grip's perfect. Ideally, we've got the knurling. We need to just be probably a hand's width from when the knurling starts. Okay, if we just want to show the bench press again, guiding off, call my bar, down to the chest, back up, guiding back on. Okay, now we're going to start looking at how to do the bench press from the side. Okay, so we're now going to look at the bench press from the side. We'll be able to get a better perspective on how far we should come down on that bench press. Okay, so Michael, remember, we need to be getting grip just on the 2 marks here, slightly wider than shoulder width, guide him off, down, push up, and back on. Also, it's very important that when you're lifting off, you exhale, on the way down, inhale, on the way back up, exhale, blow out, back on the bar. Another very handy tip. Also, as a safety precaution in regards to not coming down too far on the bench press, we also need to make sure that we're not arching our back. If we do this, it can cause quite a bit of back pain. The idea is we're directing all the power through the chest, maybe a bit through the forearms and the triceps, but mainly through the chest as it is a chest exercise. Okay, so we've now looked at the bench press itself. Now we need to look at some assistant exercises which will help improve certain aspects of it. So today we've selected the chain bench press. Now the idea of the chain bench press is the weight gets lighter and lighter as you drop the bar. However, when you're coming back up on the extension of the arms, it gets heavier because the chains are being lifted off the ground, theoretically. So if we just show you how it works. And at this point I'd like to point out it's very important that your feet are not too wide, nice and comfortable. You can also rest them on a footstool. Right, so if you like to come up, exhale, inhale on the way down, chains rest on the ground, it's getting lighter. Inch off the chest, back up, chains get heavier. It's targeting that top part of the bench press. So down again, getting lighter. As it comes back up, it gets heavier. Gets that heavier, so the top phase of the bench press is targeting right in here. Down again, and up, exhale, guide it back onto the rack. And that's ideally how it works. Ideally, when we're doing the bench press, we need to look at approximately 8 to 10 reps. This can be varied for targeting certain types of muscle fibre. However, if you want to if you're trying to target pectorals, get mass, high reps, high steps. Ideally 10 sets, 10 reps. Okay, so that is our bench press workshop.